Hi folks, this is John and Tanya again, and this is our last chat about labels. Now, you've heard us talk all about the shortcomings of labels and how they can cause you to act as if something happening now is the same as what happened in the past. You lose your flexible thinking and react rather than respond. So you could be forgiven for thinking labels are always bad, and that's simply not the case. For example, when you're dealing with a medical condition, a label is incredibly useful in its ability to relay an enormous amount of information via just one or two words.
That's right. The important thing to note about a label is that for it to function in the capacity that it's designed, both the sender and the receiver of the message need to accurately understand the information contained within that label.
So that'll be why professionals use labels a great deal, like engineers label superstructure and doctors label known diseases.
Correct.
You know, this week I was involved with a school conference regarding a child who's really struggling at school. The school was saying they needed the psychological profession to give them a diagnosis of the child's condition so as they could then implement a suitable teaching plan to assist that child. They wanted the psychologist to put a label on the set of conditions they saw in the child, so as then they, the teachers, could look at their teaching plans and techniques and utilize the set of proven practices most likely to help this child, given the label. It's not the end of the road, and by using labels correctly, it's a great start.
I totally get that, and I had a similar situation myself just this week. As you know, my son Jai is profoundly dyslexic. In fact, he was so profoundly dyslexic, bordering on unteachable, which when you hear that, it's not really a pleasant thing to hear.
Nice thing.
No, you don't want to hear that as a parent, right? However, without that label, once there was the label dyslexia, I had a way to understand his behaviours and to help him. So we put him on some medication, and it was working for a long time, and he turned a corner and everything was looking great until he started to have a reaction to the medication. So then we had to take him off that medication. And if I had any doubt about the label before, I don't have any doubt now, because the difference between him having it and not having it is like chalk and cheese.
Right.
So
where to from here?
Well, now we need an alternative.
Mm-hmm.
An alternative medication that will produce a similar outcome given his label, dyslexia.
So we could look at labels as a stake in the ground. They tell us something about something.
That's right. But they're not the full story. See, if you stop at the label, the danger is you enter a conversation for what's probable and not one that's about what's possible. See, if I were to only think of my son as dyslexic, then, and I've been down this road, the kind of life I envisage for him is very small and very shut down.
Mm-hmm.
That's the label. But if you know the set of conditions and you can work within that, everything changes, because you can then go, okay, so this is what we're dealing with, this is what works, now what?
So instead of what's probable, you now can deal with what's possible.
That's right.
Right. So that way we learn, and if we just accept the label as being true and act according to that label, we cannot make progress. He can't make progress, and we simply cannot change our stars.
Exactly. And no one wants that.
If you found this video useful, please like and share it. We'd love it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Also, if you have any feedback for us in terms of comments, questions or suggestions, please post them below, because we'd love you to join in the conversation with us and let us know your thinking.